Hey there, welcome back to my channel. My name is Allison, and today we are going to do a low buy haul. On this channel, I share all about my low buy journey in becoming a conscious consumer, how to live with more intentions with the seasons and cycles of the natural world as I live here in Joshua Tree, California. So if low buy journeys, conscious consumerism, and intentional living are interesting to you, I'd love if you subscribed. So in this video, I'm going to share a little bit briefly about my low buy rules in case you haven't seen my video that goes over my 2026 low buy rules. And then we'll go month by month, what I bought, how much I spent, how my budget is panning out so far this year, and if there's any regret purchases. So if you love a good conscious consumer haul, I hope you'll keep watching. I love being on a low buy journey. I did one in 2025, which I also shared about on this channel, and I was learning so much that I still feel like I am on my learning journey. So this year in 2026, I've shifted my rules a bit, which I have a whole video on. Brief recap on my low buy rules is that I have set a budget for myself of $150 a month, and that is covering all my personal expenses. So personal shopping, not my entire household budget, because I have a budget that my husband and I run for our household, but this is my own personal shopping as I am on my conscious consumer journey. If I don't spend that whole $150 in the month, it does roll over to the next month. So when February starts, I get another $150, and then any money I didn't spend in January rolled over into my February budget. But I can't go spending future months. So if I spend all of my budget in the month of February, let's say, then I would essentially be on a no buy until the first of the next month, until I get that next chunk of $150 of my low buy budget. And I have some other rules in place for if I overspend and things that I'm just not buying this year. You can go and watch those videos if those are interesting to you. But let's get into the haul. And starting on January 1st, I got $150 that I could spend during that month. And I actually only spent $35 for the whole month on some items that I bought through Amazon. So I waited on my cart 3 days before I hit purchase. I think maybe I was just a little burnt out from shopping over the holidays, even though, it wasn't a lot of personal shopping. But I think in January, a lot of us are just kind of burnt out dealing with paying off all the holiday presents that you bought in December. So didn't really spend that much in January. Another thing that is different from my 25 to my 26 budget is that I am including my replacement items. So as a part of my low buy journey, I'm also doing a project pan where I can only buy a new eye cream, let's say, until I've used all of the eye creams in my house, or shampoo, or whatever the product is, because I absolutely love all natural beauty products and skincare and hair care items. So this year, spending and buying those things are coming out of my low buy budget. I was fully out of a vitamin C serum. This one from Florence Organics with niacinamide and hyaluronic acid and vitamin E, made with organic ingredients. It's cruelty free. It's made in Italy, and it had incredible reviews and tens of thousands of reviews. I figured it was worth a try. One, because it's 2 ounces. Usually these kinds of skincare serums will be 1 ounce, and it was around $10. So it just felt like I should give this a try with such good ingredients, so many amazing reviews. I purchased this again on Amazon and have really been enjoying it. And because there's so much of it, I actually use it sometimes on the back of my hands to help with, sun exposure spots, but it hasn't been breaking me out because vitamin C serums, because they are inactive, I have used ones in the past that have broken me out, and this one I've had no reaction to. The other thing I bought was these nails. These are press-on nails, and this company, this brand specifically, that I will link below. I'll link all the things that I can link below for you all in case you're curious. A lot of these items are thrifted items, so obviously I can't link those for you, but things that I can link, I will, because these nails, I have been getting gel manicures for over a year and really been loving like having colorful fun nails. An influencer that I follow like just raved about these press-ons specifically with a certain glue that I will also link down below. And I was like, what the heck? In January, I was just feeling like a little down about the state of the world and other things in my life. I didn't feel like going to the nail salon. I did wait on my cart, but I was looking for some like shots of joy, in my life. And so I was like, let me try these press on nails. Let me see if I like them. And I'm kind of sold. I'm not going to lie. Like they haven't chipped, they haven't cracked, they haven't broke. The glue is incredible. I thought I was going to get like maybe 5-10 days out of it. Gotten weeks. It's awesome. I'm probably going to buy another set of press on nails and try those out. So if you have been curious about trying press on nails but don't know where to start because there's like a million brands out there, I recommend these ones and I will link them down below. And the last item that I bought was this sun bucket hat. I live in Joshua Tree, California, like I said. And so having a sun hat is essential for all things. And I have a really great, like, wide brim sun hat that if you follow me on Instagram, you've probably seen me in it a ton of times because I wear that thing all the time. But it's not great to travel with because it's such like a stiff, wide brim hat. It's just kind of cumbersome when you're traveling, not like in your own car on a road trip, but if like you're going on a plane, it's not that great. So I thought this one, because it's super collapsible, you can like just stick it in your bag. I like the style enough. It's not like my overall favorite. I definitely prefer my wide brim hat that I have, but I think this is cute for, hanging out by the pool or exploring a town or a city when you need a hat and you don't want to wear a ball cap, because that tends to be my go-to when I'm in a suitcase traveling. I would always bring like a dad hat or a ball cap, something like that. And sometimes that just like doesn't go with the vibe of the outfit. This one has been a fun addition. Yes, I bought it in January, but again, I live in the desert, so a sun hat is needed year round here. Definitely happy with this purchase and know that I will be using it all year long. So that's everything that I bought in the month of January. And so I have my notes here because if you've watched my other low buy videos, I track my low buy just like within the notes app on my phone. So I had $115 roll over into February, plus my $150 that I get at the start of every month. So I had $265 in my low buy budget that I could spend starting on February 1st. I absolutely love thrifting. I was raised thrifting and going to yard sales and living around such cool like vintage and thrift stores like down here in Palm Springs and Joshua Tree. I do a lot of thrifting now, which is great and I love it. When I had some friends out here visiting, we went to a thrift store and I found two dresses for a total of $21. This first one is a vintage 100% cotton resort wear. It's very much like designed to be a pool cover up, a really white, light cotton. Going to be great for the summertime and again, like hanging out by the pool. Picture the bucket hat, a bathing suit. The vibes are there. This next dress is a long tank top button front dress. This is a very basic kind of dress, but it's nothing special. It's not like vintage or 100% cotton or anything like it, like that white one, which I love finding like really quality fabrics at the thrift store. But sometimes it's just nice to get like a $6.99 dress that you'll wear. It can be like a workhorse. It's a black tank top dress with a button front. Button front dresses are great because you can style them in a lot of different ways. You can wear them fully open. You can like create like lower cuts or higher slits or things like that. So it was a good find. Later in the month, I went to Marshall's to do some gift shopping for some birthdays and then also just wanted to look around. That is my go-to place to find affordable candles. If you know, you know. For me, I definitely have to root around in those candles because I am only looking at candles that are made with natural wax like soy, coconut, or beeswax that are scented with essential oils, not fragrances, because that's just what I prefer to burn in my house for my air quality. And I just love a softer scent that's coming from essential oils. That's what I prefer, a cotton wick or a wood wick. And so you can find these types of candles at Marshall's for tens of dollars cheaper than you can in gift shops. But this one I scored. It's great. It was $10.99. It is a giant warm sandalwood candle, that hits all of those descriptions that I was looking for. So like I said, sometimes you got to hunt in there, but when you do, you can find a candle. This would be like $45 easy at a gift shop, but not at Marshall's. So typically when I'm in Marshall's, if I am in need of a candle, I definitely am hunting for one. And having only one candle burning at a time and one backup candle is a rule that I've put in place for myself with my low buy journey, because candles used to be something that I overbought. And so last year in 2025 on my low buy journey, I put that rule in place to kind of treat my candles like a project pan. Burning one, have only one backup. I can't go buying a plethora of candles, which I can totally do. That's a rule that I have in place, and this is the one current candle that I'm burning in my house. Also in February, with a lot of the heaviness that was coming out of January with the ice raids and the state of the world, I was finding myself slipping into a lot of time on my phone, doom scrolling, and just being completely overwhelmed. And so I knew I needed to, put some of my practices back in place of reading way more. In February, I read almost 7 books. I read a lot in February, but towards the end of the month, I picked up this puzzle because I thought it was super cute. It's very millennial coded, just like a woman chilling in a great little apartment full of books and plants and great art. I just thought that this would be a great way to spend some time off of my phone and building this puzzle. It was $9.99 and I haven't built it yet. I'm definitely looking forward to building it on some of my analog evenings and analog weekends, because I found puzzles are a great way to tangibly use my hands and be off of my phone and away from screens and doing something with your hands, because actually being on our phone scrolling and clicking feeds that part of our brain that we love to like build things and make things. Doing things like arts and crafts or building puzzles like feeds that part of my brain, which is very satisfying. So I'm looking forward to building this puzzle in the month to come. And lastly, at Marshall's, I bought these track sweatpants that are brown, and they are wide leg with a little bit of a flare at the bottom. They have pockets. They've got the cool track striping that is trending right now that I wanted to play around with that style. I was shopping. It was still very cold up here in the desert because I live in the high desert. So it was still very cold. And then we had a huge heat wave. So I've only got to wear these a few times, but I definitely have. I've really enjoyed having them, and they were $22.99. I bought another pair of pants that I don't have here with me right now, but you'll see it in the video clipped. They're just blue, lightweight, made from that driftwood material, sustainably made, a good find, and it was like on the clearance rack for under $20. So I picked those up as well. So all of these 4 items at Marshall's were $62. In the month of February, I spent $83, which means I rolled over $182 because I started the month of February with $265 and spent 83. I rolled over 182, and then at the beginning of March I got another $150, which means I started the month of March with $332. Started the month with what felt like a lot of money, which was really cool because usually on a low buy, you don't feel like you have a lot of money. You feel like you really have to plan out each purchase and think through anything that you're going to want to buy, throughout the month to make sure you have enough money for it. March is my birthday month, and I was feeling like I had a lot of cash. My husband and I, we were down in Palm Springs going to the vintage market down there. And then we went downtown to get some lunch, and we popped into Free People, and I bought 2 pairs of pants at Free People. Clearly, I am on a pants kick with some body changes that I've had. I wanted to buy some pants that fit and feel really great. Living in Joshua Tree, it's a pretty casual, like laid back vibe up here. Also, I work from home, so like comfort is queen in this house. I wanted to find some really comfortable pants that didn't feel like sweatpants or leggings, that actually felt like jeans or pants that you would want to wear out and about. I got these 100% cotton lightweight jean pants that have elastic in the back. They have front and back pockets. They are wide leg with a flare towards the bottom, which I love. And they were extremely long. I am 5'10", so oftentimes pants that aren't meant to look cropped end up being cropped on me. And these were just like super long, and I just loved them. And I was like, I'm taking them. Because when you find things that like fit your body and you will feel good wearing them, even when you're just at home. If you work from home, you know that like what you wear can affect your mental state. And so after having a rough start to the year with some of my like mental health things and battling burnout, I was just feeling like dressing and not wearing leggings and sweatpants coming out of the winter, going into the spring and into my birthday and my next year. Like I was just like really feeling excited about finding these types of pants. They were both $78. These are the other ones I got. I got these ones in black. They're made out of that similar material. So they're 100% cotton as well, but they're a little bit of a different design. They are more just wide leg all the way down instead of flare, but I love them both. And because I started the month with so much money, I felt I had that like space and freedom to be like, you know what? These are exactly like what I'm looking for. They actually fit my body and what I would like to be wearing as I work from home and as I like cruise through my town. I bought them both, which meant that I spent $170 at Free People. My next purchase was on Amazon for a wig. My dear friend was having a full-on Pisces ball for her birthday. She was turning 40. She's just like incredible and threw this awesome party. If you follow me on Instagram, you probably saw some highlights of it. I shopped my closet for my outfit. I had thrifted items that I could wear that fit this kind of like aquamarine, very watery Pisces. That was the invitation to dress up in a watery, dreamlike Pisces state. And I was just feeling like because I shopped my closet and because my outfit would be quite simple if it didn't have anything like a good accessory. So I bought a wig and it like chef's kiss brought the outfit over the top. So I wore a thrifted silky tank top that I had from years ago that was a perfect like aqua color with a black skirt, black cowboy boots, kinds of like shells and pearls, and then this like amazing wig. And then I also bought a bathing suit because at the end of the month for my birthday, I am going and spending a day at a mineral pool and a spa down in Desert Hot Springs that I can't wait for. So I spent $57 on Amazon on those two items. Because it is my birthday month, if you are on Madewell's like list, you know that during your birthday month, they give you $25 free to spend on anything in their store. I was near a Madewell, and so I popped in because I really do love shopping in person. I found that out about myself last year with my low buy. It's just so much easier in a mid-sized body to really try things on, because sometimes the medium fits you better and then other times you need the extra large, or sometimes the extra large doesn't fit you. It's just kind of like a wild ride with like every store having a different version of what they consider certain sizes. And then also some things are meant to be oversized and some things are meant to be more fitted. And I've just found that shopping in person works so much better for me. It slows down my like hit of like, oh, I need to get this. And also gets me off a screen. Like I said, I work from home. I'm on a screen all day. And so in my leisure hours at night, like spending time shopping online is something I used to do before my 2025 low buy, but is not something I find any joy in anymore. I love shopping in person. I knew I had this $25 at Madewell. And so I popped in and I bought just a really high quality basic white tee with this incredible thick stitching around the collar that is not going to get all curly and flow in, that like a lot of cheap fast fashion shirts that like you buy on Amazon or from Walmart or Target would do. It has that same thick stitching along the cuffs and along the bottom. It is a cropped size. It fits perfect. And this is a prime example because I would have never added a medium to my cart, but I started with the large because I knew it was like a cropped oversize and it just was way too big. The sleeves came down, like way past my elbows. It just wasn't a good fit. And so it's like, if I ordered that and then it got shipped to my house and then I'd have to like ship it back. And I don't live near a Madewell here in Joshua Tree. So it's like not convenient to do returns and things like that. So that's also another reason why I love to shop in person. But this tee was $49, but if I got 25 bucks off of it, it only cost me $25. I love this. It's 100% cotton. It is something that I have been wanting to do. I have a black cropped tee like this that's 100% organic cotton that I have been wearing for years, and I just wear it, wash it, and I love it. And I was wanting a white one. And earlier in the month, I really, what felt like to me a splurge with those two pants from Free People. Although in Madewell, I started getting like hooked in, like, ooh, look at this jewelry thing and look at this dress on the clearance rack. I just went practical, and I'm really solidly excited that I did because this is like a staple that I don't have in my closet, but I am clearly, you see me now, I am a t-shirt wearer. It's how I feel most comfortable, like t-shirts and high-waisted bell bottoms, like that's my uniform. I'm really glad that I bought this and it was only 25 bucks. My last purchase of the month of March were two items that I found at one at a vintage store and one at a thrift store. Spent a total of $14 on both of them. The first one is this metal plate that has been painted. You can see it's like beat up, there's scratches. I think that adds a lot of character to it. I really love its like vintage vibe to it. I mean, who doesn't love flowers? I'm definitely like feeling spring equinox. I made a whole video about spring equinox. I love like the turning of the seasons. This was the weekend right after the spring equinox. So I was just like really feeling like florals. And one of the main reasons I love to thrift is finding unique pieces like this that you can put in your home that not everyone has. Although it's beat up, I feel like it gives it a lot of character. And I just love that. Like it's a neutral palette enough because my home is actually quite neutral, like a lot of like beiges and tans and creams. So I feel like that suits the desert, but this is like a pop of color that will really work with our home. So gonna find a place for this, and this was $6. Lastly, I found, what did I find? Another pair of pants. This has been wild to pull all of these items and like look at my low buy tracker and be like, girl, you bought a lot of pants in the first quarter of the year. This is good why it's like so cool to track our purchases, to see our behaviors around shopping. Like that's why I love this low buy journey, and to put some like things in place, like I can only buy one candle at a time, have to spend within this budget, I wait on my cart 3 days. Like it's been so insightful to slow down and witness your own behaviors so you can really track how you move through this world, especially with things like shopping, which I'm gonna forever be a consumer in this capitalistic world. Learning the skill set of how to be a conscious consumer, I feel like just a lifelong lesson and value that I will have. It's just funny to notice that one of the last things I bought were these silk pants. These I found at a thrift store for $7, and they have the brand new Nine West tag on them. So they've never been used. They have elastic in the back, but then they have the front panel is like flat stitch, not the elastic. So I like that look of it as well, instead of like having an elastic band. A lot like those Free People denim pants that where the elastic is only on the back. On the front panel, it's nice and flat. They have pockets and they were long enough. So I tried them on. I pulled them on right under my skirt, make sure they fit over my hips and check the length. These were nice and long and flowy because like this kind of silky, wildly printed pant, you definitely want to have that like flowy vibe to it. They hit the mark and they were $7. So in the month of March, I spent $266, which means I now have $66 rolling over into the month of April, and then I will get that additional $150. I am feeling really good with all the purchases that I made. Like I said, I'm definitely witnessing that I bought a lot of pants. With a changing body, you know, sometimes you need certain items more than others. Coming out of the winter and into spring, there's just some items that I'm noticing that I don't feel like I have to wear to feel my best. I love having my low buy that I can pull on and try new things, like trying these press on nails, which I totally love, and being able to enjoy candles and buy myself puzzles, but not over consuming. And really, with every purchase, thinking about my budget, what I have for the rest of the month. Do I really want this? The first 3 months in, and I'm feeling really good about everything that I've purchased. And the fact that every single month I have money that's rolling over is also a great sign, because it's showing that I'm not spending a bunch of my time thinking about shopping. I remember this feeling last year of feeling really solid in the beginning, and then there's some like harder months that start to feel like a slog as the year goes on. We will see how year 2 goes. If you are curious about a low buy journey, I would love if you subscribe to this channel. I've also made videos on how you can set up your own low buy, or things that I wish I knew before I started my low buy. So be sure to check out those videos next, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, everyone.